In this video, we're going to have a look at creating the rotating text effect using OxyPowerPack. So to do that, we've created a page called OxyPowerPack Demo, and let's go ahead and edit that with Oxygen. Oxygen is loading. Oxygen loaded. We have a section, and what we're going to do in the section is add a title, and this will be our rotating text. So let's call this the default text. Looking at the page though, you'll notice that there's nowhere to create the text rotation. OxyPowerPack is installed, displayed here at the bottom of the screen, but there are no options to rotate the text. In order to activate those options, we activate the span tag for the default text, and now you will see the text rotator appears. We can then select text rotator, and let's add our first text. We'll call this first. Second, third. Hit the back button and you can see all three text items created, and there's also a delete button should we wish to delete one of those. Let's go and have a look at that on the front end. We save those changes, and now we head over to the front end. We'll open that in a new tab, and you'll see as we refresh that the rotating text has been appended to the default text. If we want to create some more space in there, we can go in and at the end of default text, add a space, save. And now you'll see that the rotating text will start very nicely, default text, first text. However, perhaps you don't want to append, maybe you want all the text to be rotating. Let's go and have a look and see how we achieve that. We'll head back, we'll create a new title. We'll call default text 2. But in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to select the text first and then create the span. Now what we'll do is we'll follow the same procedure. We'll select the text rotator and we'll create 1, 2, 3. Back button, there we can see 1 text, 2 text, 3 text. Let's close that. We'll save those changes. And now we'll have a look at that on the website. Refresh the page. You'll see that the first text comes in after the default text. However, in the second, we've now replaced all the text. However, the default text appears first and then the text that we added in the rotator. All right, let's head back to the demo. If I wanted to change the text that was rotating, looking at the first example where the text is added after the default text, in the site structure, I would select the span. For the first piece of text, I would then select the color. Let's change that to red. We'll save. We'll head back to the front end, refresh, and now you'll see that the text that's appended will be in red. Right, let's head back to the demo. In this demo, we're going to create another label. And in this label, what I'm going to do is leave the default text, but I'm going to select this headline and I'm going to assign the span tag. Now I can once again head over to the text rotator. I can change, we'll keep it nice and short, so we'll go with a 1, number 2, number 3. That's our text. Close, save. Head over to the front, and now when we refresh the page, you'll see that this headline rotates and replaced by 1 text, 2 text, and 3 text. We can of course adjust the spacing, so we see that that space at the end does seem to make it look a bit strange, and we can also then go in, select the span, adjust the color, and if we really wanted to, we could also head over into effects, select text shadow. Let's create a text shadow for that text as well. We'll give it a vertical offset of 5 and a blur of 10. Save that. And now you'll see that that text is blue with the shadow, and that all the text that follows has the shadow as well. Now that we've seen how it all fits and how it works, let's create some meaningful content. So the first thing I'm going to do is delete these 2 items. Head back to this item. Going to change the font size down to 20. Going to head along to that span and up that font size to 40. Going to style the span a little bit more. We've added a background, let's give it a border. For this demonstration, we'll make it black, width 1, solid. We'll give it a radius of 5. We'll go back in size and spacing and give it a margin of 10 pixels to the left and 10 pixels to the right. And we'll give it some padding, 15 pixels. What we're also going to do is fix the size. Back to size and spacing, and we're going to give it a fixed width, in this case of 350 pixels. And what we're also going to do is center that in the section. Now if we head over to the front end, we have a background, or we have a more meaningful piece of content. See how we have the content in the middle of the screen showing the text. To make that a little bit more interesting, we'll give that section a background. We'll add some more padding. So now when we refresh that homepage content, you'll see that it looks a lot better than it did prior to the update to the formatting. One other thing that we can do to change the layout is, if we wanted to change the layout of this content, we could head along to the layout, head along to Flex, change it to columns, and then you'd see very easily we can change the layout of that from a straight line into the three components of that sentence. And now we have that layout, and we could then enlarge the size of the text again. Update the background color. Make that slightly transparent or more transparent. Let's change that text to white. Head over to borders, give that border radius, save. Now when we have a look at our content on the front page, you will see that the transparency is only applied to the black background and not to the middle block with the replacing text. So that's one way that it could be deployed to draw attention to a specific content item. A few more examples showing how different features can be used, changing the colors, adding underline to the rotating text. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.